Hello there, everyone. Zantok here with Select Star Gaming, and welcome back to another episode of Virtue's Last Reward, the second game in the Zero Escape series. Now, of course, as you know, this game's already been played on Twitch, and this is all just archive footage, so if you'll just give me a moment here, I'm going to jump back to a previous point in my timeline, and we'll continue with the game. Is this another warehouse?
It's just like the one on the last floor.
There's even a big old door in the same spot where the number 9 door is in the other warehouse.
True, but it's rusted over. I don't think it's opening anytime soon.
No lever to open it anyway, I can see.
Well, shoot. We couldn't possibly open that with our bare hands.
Duh.
Okay, you don't gotta be
How much do you
rude
think
about
that
it.
thing weighs?
A lot.
You'd have about as much luck trying to lift a pickup truck, even if it was unlocked.
I want to know what those are.
What are?
Those white doors?
No, they're doors that are white. We haven't gotten to go through them in any timeline yet. Maybe eventually. Are they chromatic doors?
Yeah, seems like it. I mean, look at this.
Wait, hold on a minute.
It's one of those things that says lock.
Yeah, just like the ones next to the other chromatic doors.
So, you're saying all the chromatic doors for the next round are white?
Yeah, they were different colors before, but
Guess things have changed for this round.
Yep. Before we could discuss the doors any further, a familiar robotic voice crackled over the speakers. Fucking Dio!
An ambidex gate has been opened.
This fucking guy. If only one person dies in this game, can it please be Dio?
45 minutes remain until ambidex game polling closes.
Fuck Dio. What?
one of the other teams opened the gate early.
What in the hell they do that for? We haven't even started back yet. Never mind, Mike. We just need to get back up there pronto. I'm worried about Quark. We need to hook up with Alice and Kay. The sooner the better.
Right. Got it.
Let's go.
We haven't found any bombs on this timeline. I find that curious. Instead, this timeline has been more about Dio being a dick. Although I think he did that in the right third of the timeline as well. Man, Dio, why do you suck so much? Seriously. You are my least favorite character in this game. You just suck so badly. We return to the floor A warehouse to find only 2 people waiting for us. Kay, who'd gone through the red door, and Dio, who'd gone through the green door.
Where's Quark?
We took him to the infirmary. At the moment, Alice, Phi, and Luna are looking after him.
Is he all right?
I don't know if I would describe him as all right.
Yeah, that's fair.
Apparently, his condition has not worsened, if that's what you mean. He is still resting. However, we...
Good. I'm going to the infirmary.
Tenmyoji, please, wait!
Tenmyoji ignored Kay and took off at a run through the yellow door.
Oh dear. He's gone. There was something I needed to tell him.
Well, it's not like it matters.
Fuck
The
you.
girls will just tell him when he gets there. He ought to calm down once he's seen the kid.
Clover and I looked at one another, eyebrows raised.
What are they going to tell him?
Yeah, seriously.
Well, you see,
Is he awake? What?
You found virus medicine in the laboratory?
yes. Unfortunately, we found only a single vial.
Then we can cure Quark's Radical 6.
So it would seem.
Well, I guess we should head over to the infirmary and see how he's doing. Come on, let's go.
Right behind you.
Haha, fuck you, Dio. You get to do your bullshit this time.
He should be fine now. It might take some time for him to recover fully, but the worst is over.
Yeah, no Alice going crazy in the timeline, just Dio being Dio. Luna's voice was quiet as she stepped back from Quark. She held an injection gun with an empty vial. Delicately, she placed it back in the cabinet. So here's what I want to know. So we had to go find this bottle in the lab, but in the original timeline, Quark just had it on him. He had a bottle on him. Where did he fucking get it? They didn't go to the lab. So where the fuck was that bottle? Quark had been laid out on a crude cot and was still sound asleep. His breathing was even, and his expression was peaceful. He looked like any other child, sleeping soundly after a long day of doing whatever it is children do to amuse themselves. Any trace of the insanity he had shown earlier was nowhere to be found.
Is he really going to be okay?
Maybe.
Yes. We analyzed the vial and confirmed that it was definitely Excelivir. Now that I've administered it.
The Excelivir should eradicate the virus completely given enough time, right?
Yes, that should be the case.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, what a relief.
Things are looking pretty sketchy there for a while, that's for sure.
I felt some of the tension disappear from my shoulders, and I let out a breath I hadn't realized I'd been holding. We weren't out of the woods yet, but at least Quark was safe. Temioji let out a long, shaky sigh and lowered himself onto one of the empty beds. He rubbed his hands wearily across his face, and I thought I saw the glint of tears.
Alice, you and Kay, I don't know what to say other than thanks. You saved his life. I don't know the words to tell you how much that means to me.
Oh, please. It was nothing, really. We just happened to be the ones who went through the red door.
Where is Kay? He's not in here.
He's still in the warehouse. Dio and Kay stayed behind.
Yeah,
They went there to wait for you guys while we came back here.
I don't trust
We
it.
figured someone should explain what was going on so you wouldn't come back to an empty warehouse.
So, Dio and Kay were the ones who opened the AB
Not
gates?
both of them. There was only one door open.
Well, we should get back and tell them how Quark's doing. Kay will want to know at least.
Dio doesn't care. Yep, you're right. I nodded and headed back toward the other side of the room. I was nearly there when Temioji suddenly spoke.
That's right.
What? Huh?
You know that memory card we found?
Yeah? This thing?
Yeah. I think I know how we can take a look at what's on it. What, you don't remember?
No.
There was a memory card just like it that we used to solve the puzzles in here.
I went through the infirmary in this timeline? Man, I can't remember.
He's
There's
right.
so many timelines.
There's a slot next to the screen. Should work for this one too.
Alright, let's do it then. Oh yeah, there it is. Alright, yeah, I remember. Well, let's give it a shot.
Yeah, I want to see what's on it.
Okay, just give me a minute here. I set the card into the slot next to the screen. No sooner had I done so than an image of a waveform popped up on the screen.
Is there an audio file on here? Why don't we turn up the volume a bit?
Luna tapped a few things on the screen and a bar began to move across the screen. Before long, a voice shouted out of the speakers.
This is Control. How's it going over there? Bet you missed the sound of my voice, huh? Well, I gotta be honest. It's getting pretty lonely over here, too. Feeling kind of like howling at the moon, lone wolf style. Speaking of which, I'm looking at it right now. The old girl is beautiful. Never seen a moon this full. And that color. Whew. Tonight's that eclipse, remember? What a way to end 2028, huh? The moon's this amazing red. If it wasn't so beautiful, it'd be kind of ominous. Wish you guys could see it too, but... sorry, forgot. You're supposed to be on Mars, aren't you? So, how are Phobos and Deimos looking right now? Sure hope I'll get to look up at them someday, too. Anyway, over. Hey, something wrong? Talk to me, guys. What? You gonna play hard to get because we haven't talked in so long? Enough jokes, all right? Knock it off. Where are you guys? Is there something wrong with the radio? You're saying everything's green? Well then, what the hell's going on here? Why aren't they responding? No, the video feed's online. Look, you can see all 9 of them, 3 at each table. What? Someone hacked our feed? What do you mean this isn't live? An old clip on repeat? Who would do that? What in the hell is happening here? This is Control. I repeat, this is Control. Please come in. I'm asking you to respond.
This is...
Oh, thank God. You really had me worried there. What happened?
6 of us are... dead.
What?
Counting myself, there are only 3 left.
How? Why are...
They were killed.
What?
I guess you could say I killed them. No, that's not quite right. Not just them. Not just these 6. All of them. All 6 billion. Soon, I will have killed 6 billion people.
Are you there? Respond! Damn it. This is Control. I repeat, this is Control. We have an emergency situation. We have an unconfirmed report of 6 deceased test subjects. Deploy rescue and escort teams to the test site immediately. Shit. What the hell happened in there?
What? What the fuck? Okay. I have a few fucking things to unpack here. What the hell? Okay, so... Jesus Christ. Was not expecting this kind of a weird-ass revelation, but alright. So, when I first heard the guy talking from Control, I thought it sounded a little bit like Dio. I was like, wait, was Dio, like, in charge of things or something? Or, like, was he working on the other side, but now he's with us? But I don't think that's the case anymore, not after going through the rest of us. The Blood Moon rises once again. Oh, God damn it, Zelda. Audio log of Lucina in the bad future timeline of Awakening. Holy shit. Oh, God. So, it's talking about how the eclipse, and the eclipse I believe they said was supposed to be on December 31st. And the guy was even saying, like, hey, great way to end 2028. So I was kind of thinking, like, okay, I was thinking we were on, that final day of the year already. Because I was like, okay, they kidnapped us up the day before Christmas. I don't think this is all happening on Christmas Day. I think we are on the day of the eclipse. But it sounds like from this, the eclipse has already happened, and that we are now in 2029? Because on the day of the eclipse, 6 people were dead. And girl that kind of sounded like Fi, I'm not sure if it was, it kind of sounded like Fi was saying that, yep, 6 people are dead, and I may have killed 6 billion more. Which I'm assuming means the release of Radical 6 to the greater population. But they're also on Mars? So how did you send the virus from Mars to the Earth? What? And also, I thought that was happening Something's not making sense to me here about the timeline of what this recording would have been and when Radical 6 was supposed to have started and where we are now. This does not make sense to me. We're not on the moon, apparently. I thought we were, but apparently we're on fucking Mars? Or, well, I guess the memory card didn't need to be I'm assuming that the memory card was a conversation between Earth and our location, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was. The memory card could have been moved somewhere. Although, how would you move the memory card from Mars to somebody else super easily like that? So we're probably on Mars, I'm guessing. He said they're supposed to be on Mars, like a simulation set. Oh, okay, so we're not actually on Mars. We're in a simulation where we are on Mars, I guess. Okay. That makes a little bit more sense. But also, still major, what the fuck to all the rest of that? Does not expecting this. Who's dead? We did find one dead lady in a recent timeline in one of the pods. So are there 5 more bodies laying around here? Are the 3 people that were alive? Are they still alive? Are they part of our group? Is Fi one of them? Am I? Did Fi there? Is it 3 living people and the rest of us 6 are robots that Fi made because she felt guilty? So she killed us and now we're a robot? And Alice is one of the other people that's a real person still? I don't know. Fucking what? The fuck? I'm so confused. Is that it?
Yes.
What on earth was that?
I don't know, Miss Secret Agent. You tell me. Any ideas? I got only frowns and shaken heads in response. I got only one person showed a reaction other than stunned confusion. Oh, it's a fucking Dio. Is it Kay? It's Timioji. What do you know? Long after the audio ended, he stared at the screen deep in thought.
Do you know something, Tenmyoji?
Yeah, I think I know what that was.
Well, do fucking tell. I'll eat a Christmas tree.
It's probably a transmission from the Mars mission test site.
Mars? I'm sorry, what? You mean some kind of space travel?
What kind of test site was it?
Did you know that the government is developing spaceships with particle annihilation engines?
You're saying that it sounded like Laura Bailey to you? Interesting. I did kind of think that maybe the female voice could... I wasn't sure if it was Fi or if it was Luna, but it didn't sound like it had the right cadence for Luna. Or at least it wasn't, like, soft enough, you know? There could have just been, like, Laura playing a unfaced NPC. It was like, hey, we need you to do this quick line. Can you do that for us?
These ships would be able to get humans to Mars a lot faster than old chemical rockets. But they don't want to just send a manned Mars mission off half-cocked. That was the idea behind this test. They built a whole complex on this old Air Force base in Nevada. The idea was that it would be a simulation of a manned mission to Mars with a crew of 9 men and women. They'd monitor the whole thing and use that data to plan the real mission.
So, what we just listened to was a transmission from that project.
Yeah.
Why is something like that here?
Don't know why. We found it in the safe. No explanation. Dollars to donuts, it's got something to do with Zero's plan.
You mean we were meant to hear what was on that card?
We're the last 9 humans alive.
Yeah.
It's all very interesting, but how exactly do you know about all this?
Oh, about the simulated Mars mission?
Yes.
I was involved with the project.
Involved?
Now, the intent was to create as accurate a simulation as possible. That meant we'd need to simulate the radio silence we'd experienced during conjunction.
What's a conjunction?
It means 2 things in space are close to each other. In this case, we're talking about a superior conjunction, where Mars and Earth are on the exact opposite sides of the sun. So unless we've got some sort of relay, there'll be a period of time where we won't be able to communicate with each other.
Makes sense.
What we heard on that card was when the simulated conjunction was scheduled to end.
That's when they died.
Now, we don't know that. They could have died long before that conversation. All we know is that's when it was discovered.
So 6 of the test subjects died, right?
Yeah.
Well, do you remember what she said? There was something about how she didn't just kill 6 people. She said 6 billion. What the heck did she mean by that?
Just what the hell happened there?
Radical 6 fucking happened. Tenmyoji frowned and looked down at the floor. We were all silent as he paced slowly back and forth across the room. At last, he stopped, raised his head, and spoke.
The truth is that there's a chance a virus escaped from the test site.
A virus? Wait, you don't mean...
Yeah, Radical 6.
What? How can that be?
How's it there?
I'm just telling you what I know, okay? Nobody's sure how Radical 6 got in there in the first place, but one of the subjects might have been infected when they entered. Or the virus itself might have been an intentional part of the simulation. The test site deaths became the index case for a pandemic. Anyway, prevailing wisdom says it got out somehow. And once it was out, it spread pretty quick. All across the planet.
And it killed 6 billion people?
No, not directly. Best numbers put only a third or so of those deaths as directly caused by Radical 6.
See, here's something that doesn't make sense to me with the timeline of how this game is shaken out. We're talking about, like, Radical 6 has already killed 6 billion people. Like, they're dead already. But our characters, for the most part, don't seem to have knowledge of this. In order for Tenmyoji, so at some point they were saying like, oh, well, it must have happened after we got brought in here. Well, that can't be true because Tenmyoji, he knows about it. So that doesn't make any sense.
The other 4 billion died from the collapse caused by the deaths of that first third.
Yeah, that'd do it.
The whole world just fell apart.
Wow. Damn. I have a lot of questions. I don't even know where to start. I don't even know where to start knowing where to start. Well, no, take it back. Am I a robot? Explain the date. Unless I heard this wrong, the day the Radical 6 got out was December 31st, 2028.
Yeah.
But the day I got grabbed by the guy in the gas mask was December 25th, 2028.
Me too. Christmas Day.
I was kidnapped on Christmas, too.
Clover and I were taken 3 days earlier, on the 22nd.
Yeah.
Then you see what I'm saying, right? That recording was made close to a week after we were all picked up. What the hell is going on here? That thing is from the future.
You see...
No.
10 minutes remain until Ambidex...
Don't you fucking cliffhanger this shit with me! Don't you fucking dare!
Players,
You
please
motherfuckers!
If no vote is
I'm mad.
recorded before the deadline has passed, any non-voting parties will automatically ally.
It sounds like they're trying to say Tenmyoji is from the future. And I'm just like, fucking what? No.
Time. We need to go back to the warehouse.
That's ridiculous. Wait, hold up. Don't you cliffhanger me. You haven't answered the question. I
More
care!
than 10 minutes to explain everything.
Just
It's gonna make you
Just say what day you were taken! God damn it!
That's enough!
No!
Shut your damn hole or I'm picking the tray! Do what you want, but I need to get back to the AB rooms. I'd like to stay with Quark. He seems to be doing all right.
I'll stay here with him. Fi can do the voting for our pair. I can trust her. Is that all right with you?
Yeah, sure.
Well, if you'd be willing to do that, I'd be much obliged. Thanks, Luna. Take good care of him.
Of course. I'll make sure everything goes fine.
Screw Junko. This was the most awful, most tragic event in history. Yeah, honestly, Junko's whole thing is just like... The more I think about what she did and her craziness, it's like, none of this should have worked. Literally none of this should have gone down the way it is. There's just too many holes in this. What the fuck? Seeing this be playing at Christmas just to get the experience, well, I hope you're fucking happy. Tenmyoji gave her one last nod, then turned and dashed out of the infirmary. Well, that's that, I guess. We should probably be going too.
Yes. We'll just have to wait to hear the rest of what he has to say later.
I'd rather just get it all out in the open now, but there's not much we can do.
Yeah?
Let's get going then.
I want to know things! We returned to the warehouse to find only Kay. I explained what had happened with Quark, then glanced around the room. Hey, where's fuckhead Dio?
He has gone into his AB room.
Already?
Indeed.
Then he opened the first AB gate, right?
Oh yeah.
Of course.
This is bad. I won't be able to talk with him. This is going to limit my choices.
You've only got one BP left, don't you?
Yeah. Luna's the same.
If Vi chooses ally and Dio picks betray...
Fi and Luna will be penalized.
I don't have a choice. I'll have to pick betray. The risk with ally is just too high.
I have to agree with them on this case. Hey Alice, don't you have one BP too?
That's right. But Kay and I will be playing against Quark.
And he'll just default to ally. I guess you don't need to worry about getting penalized then, huh?
Oh, true. But what if Alice and Kay choose betray?
You needn't worry.
Yeah. I feel like I should worry a little
That
bit.
will not happen. Even though, as you have told me, Quark is recovering, he is still weak. Moreover, he is only a child. To betray an innocent child would be...
Would be what?
Yeah, that would be unthinkable. Even if you ignore his age or condition, it's hardly fair to take advantage of someone who can't vote.
So you'll vote to ally?
Yes.
Of course.
Well then, shall we go?
Yes.
Kay and Alice nodded to one another and disappeared into the AB room, second from the right. Without saying anything, Vi turned and walked into the room just left of theirs. That left only myself, Clover, and Tenmyoji.
Do you remember what you said to me when you chose the blue door?
No.
Something about how you'd convince me to choose ally?
Oh, yeah.
Seems like now would be the time to let me know how you're going to convince me.
Well, it's not that complicated. I promise you that Clover and I will vote ally. That's it. Pretty much.
I see. And you figure I'll believe you because you've only got one BP.
Yeah?
Once you've told me that you plan to ally, I won't be able to choose betray. Since, if you're telling the truth...
You'll kill me. And you wouldn't want to do that, right?
Not a bad plan, but it assumes that I've taken killing you off the table. Seems like a risky bet for you.
I mean, you're right. I disagree.
And why is that?
Clover's BP is 6. If you ally and we betray, then she'd have enough points to escape, right? she could run off through the number 9 door as soon as this round is over.
I'd never.
That's easy for you to say. But think about it from my perspective. Sure, you might not, but you also might. If I guess wrong, that's a pretty big loss for me.
Well, what if Clover tries to seduce you to get what she wants?
What?
Huh?
That's just an example. What I'm trying to say is that once you two are in that room, Clover might try and make some sort of bargain with you. I'm asking what you're going to do if that happens. Are you sure you'll still choose Ally?
Yeah. Seduce me, huh?
Hey! What are you staring at, you perv? There's no way on earth I'd do anything like that. Ugh, as if.
You know, we could keep this simple and just both of you don't go in the rooms and only I do.
In your dreams, creep.
Hey! Miyoji's the one that said it. Well, that's that then. Not gonna lie though, I'm a little disappointed.
So I can trust you. You're gonna choose Ally.
Of course. In this timeline. In the next timeline, I'll choose Betray, because that's how the game works.
You can trust us.
Promise.
Of course.
We promise.
All right. I guess I'll vote Ally too then.
3 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Well, looks like we don't have much time left. I'm trusting you.
You fucking better, because I'm trusting you too. Miyoji gave us a curt nod, then turned and strode into the second AB room from the left. Right, well, let's get to it. Here we go.
Hey, Sigma, I wanted to ask you something.
No. What's up?
Could you pick Betray for me?
Fucking Christ. What?
I mean, I could try and, like, tackle you. But you're so big and strong, you'd probably just throw me on the ground and that'd be it.
Yeah, well,
So I thought I might as well just ask you really nicely. Oh, I mean, I'd be happy to, pay you back.
What the fuck?
If you just pick Betray for me, then I'll listen to anything you say.
Anything?
Yep, anything. So think carefully, okay? If you choose Ally, you're trusting him with your life.
Yeah, and if he chooses Betray, it'll all be over.
Huh? Are you really, really sure you can trust that old fart?
I mean, honestly, no, but I'm gonna. Hey, that's not very nice.
The only safe choice is to pick Betray.
Clover, what the fuck is wrong with you? And if he chooses Ally and we
Then
don't?
I'll have 9 BP.
Mm-hmm, yeah, you certainly will.
But you don't need to worry about that.
Uh-huh, yeah, I sure don't.
Even if
Sure.
I do get 9 BP,
Jesus
I
Christ.
won't just go and open the number 9 door all by myself. I mean, Alice wouldn't have 9 points yet, and I can't leave her behind. Please? Will you pick Betray?
20
Wow.
seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
The voting machine was in front of me. I didn't have much time left to think. Would I keep my promises to Miyoji and pick Ally? Or would I betray him for Clover and... Jesus Christ.
If you just pick Betray for me, then I'll listen to anything you say.
Wow. In the end, there's only one possible answer.
3, 2, 2, 1.
At least she's not using an axe. I mean, you're right. I did wonder after Tin Miyoji is like, what if she tries to seduce you? It's like, oh god, are they actually gonna do something with that? It's like, please don't do something with that. Oh, they're doing something with that. Okay, cool. My assumption though is I think Clover only did it to fuck with us because Tin Miyoji brought it up. I mean, obviously nothing. She's not gonna do anything. We know that. But I think it's all I'm just gonna fuck with your head thing because Tin Miyoji said it, and fuck it. But we're going ally, because what the fuck? Jesus.
Round 2 of the Ambidex game has been completed.
Also, she said she would listen to anything we say. That don't mean she's gonna do what we say. An important distinction.
Results will be displayed in the warehouse.
You know what I would have done if I was Sigma though? Like, when I'm pressing ally, I would look Clover dead in the eyes with the most deadpan expression and just go like, click ally. This is what I think of your piss poor attempt.
Thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening.
Alright, now what's her reaction gonna be? I am curious about that.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed.
Are we actually gonna make it past round 2 for fucking once in any of these timelines?
Please direct your attention to the results screen.
Wait. Because they knew Dio was going to do that. Dio was going to kill 2 people. What a fucking terrible person.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly.
No points were subtracted.
Please check your bracelet to see your updated
Oh god.
bracelet points.
So many people are going to have the potential to hit 9 for round 3. God damn.
Looks like you managed to trust me.
Yep. Well, I mean, it seems like I made the right choice.
Only did what I said I would.
Same. You really helped me out. Thanks.
I could say the same thing. No need for thanks.
The corner of his mouth twitched into a grin. I felt myself smile a little in response. Clover, on the other hand, looked less than pleased.
That was a bad choice, Sigma.
I don't think
And
so.
after I told you I'd listen to anything you said.
Wow.
Oh well, whatever.
She sighed heavily, shot me one last annoyed look, and stalked off. You know, I liked her in the first game. I don't like her as much in this game. The show goes on. Screw you, Dio. Yep, exactly. Across the room, Dio and Fi were already confronting one another over their own results.
You tried to kill me and Luna. Can't say I'm surprised.
Oh, don't give me that.
Oh, we'll give you
I
that.
know exactly what I was doing.
Yeah, you were trying to get out.
I knew you weren't stupid enough to pick ally. You'd defend yourself with betray, just like I would. Wait, where's Luna?
In the infirmary, looking after Quark.
This is not one of the caramel brownies. They gave us one of the nut brownies. I don't want it anymore.
Is that where Alice went to?
Yeah.
Alice? No, she went into one of the AB rooms with Kay.
Yes, we did indeed enter together.
Clover has her moments, but yeah, she went down a Wi-Fi bar for a VLR. Oof.
When the doors opened, however, she left, somewhat unsteadily, in the direction of the cyan door.
I'm gonna blame Alice's influence.
She left the warehouse?
She needed to pay more attention to the snake, not Alice.
Indeed.
Without even checking the results?
Correct.
I mean, what's more important to Luna? The results or her patient? It's fucking obvious to
There's little
me.
reason to check them.
Yeah, it's not like Quark was gonna betray you.
Indeed.
And you two still choose ally. Man, what a pair of bleeding hearts.
Will somebody deck him in the face already?
If you say so. Being mocked for my compassion is a small price to pay for retaining my humanity.
Where did Alice run off to?
While we were in the AB room, she mentioned being quite tired. Perhaps she went to one of the cabins to rest.
Oh, well, I guess that would make sense.
An ominous rumble filled the warehouse.
The Ambidex gates have closed. Round 3 of the Ambidex game will be the Star Round. Star keys are required to open the gates. There is no set limit on usage of the Star keys. The Ambidex gates can be opened as many times as the players wish to open them.
We can open the gates as many times as we want? Huh.
That means the star keys can be used to play the AB game any number of times.
So we can all get to 9.
If I understood that announcement correctly, that is.
Hey, didn't Zero Jr. say something about this?
As soon as the gates close, your colors get all shuffled up automatically. The pair and solo assignments hop around a bit too.
Yeah, he did. Can you guys all show me your bracelets? I want to see what all our colors and groups are this time. Within moments, a series of wrists were extended for me to examine. Huh? It looks like all the colors are weird. Clover's a cyan pair, and Five's a magenta pair, but Tenmyoji's a yellow pair.
The 3 solos are red, green, and blue. K's red, Dio's green, and you're blue.
Then how are we supposed to group up for the chromatic doors? I think they're going to be white this time.
Oh, yes. Dio told me about them. Very interesting.
Yeah, they're white, all of them. I had a good look while I was waiting for Sigma to show up down in the warehouse.
You should have seen them too then, Fi.
Yeah, I did. You're talking about the doors in the Floor B warehouse, right?
Yeah, so lay it on us. How are the groups going to shake out this time? And Fi nodded and began to explain. Option A. Tenmyoji, yellow, and me, blue, would form one group. Fi, magenta, and Dio, green, would form another group. Clover, cyan, and K, red, would form the third.
Huh? Wait, you mean there's only one option?
Yeah. There's no other way we can group up to make white. Alice, Luna, and Quark aren't here to show us their bracelets, so we don't know for sure what their colors are. But it's pretty clear they'll all be pairs, since none of the pairs here have a partner.
Makes sense. So they'll be yellow, magenta, and cyan, right?
Right.
Alright, what now? We've got plenty of time until those white doors open.
Yep, about an hour it looks like.
I'm gonna go find Alice.
Of course. I'll come with you then.
Clover gave her a shrug, and the two of them headed out through the cyan door.
Do I really need to say it?
The infirmary, right? You're gonna go check in court?
Yeah.
So you gave me a nod and trotted out through the yellow door. That left only 3 of us. Dio, Kay, and myself. What are you guys gonna do?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna head over to the lounge and have a drink. You wanna tag along, Kay?
Are you making fun of me? I find it rather hard to drink with this mask on.
Ah, right, of course. My bad. Well, I'm out. Later.
Fuck him. With a lazy wave of his hand, Dio slouched off toward the magenta door. It took me a moment to realize that Kay was following him.
Hey, what is this? You following me?
No, you must be mistaken. I hope to investigate Floor B further. There are still several rooms I haven't visited.
Okay. You don't have to tell me your life story. See ya.
Their conversation ended as they reached the door and stepped through it. Alright. What should I do?
Tonight's that eclipse, remember? What a way to end 2028, huh?
Of course. I need to get the rest of that story out of Tenmyoji. The words were scarcely out of my mouth before I set off at a dead run down the hallway and toward the infirmary. Eh? There's nobody here. Ah, crap. The room was completely empty. I edged forward and peeked around the partition. Oh, okay. There he was. Tenmyoji, who was standing next to Quark, apparently oblivious to my presence, looking down at something in his hand. A picture? I must have made some small noise, because he suddenly looked up, saw me, and hastily shoved the photo back into his pocket. Damn it. So what was that? It was a photo of something, right? Was it yours?
Forget it. It's got nothing to do with you.
But all the stuff we had with us when we got taken was taken away. So why were you hiding
Why should I
it?
tell all of you about one measly photo?
I mean, I don't have an answer for that. So anyway, where's Luna?
I asked her to leave. I wanted to be alone with Quark for a bit.
Oh, sorry.
So, why are you here?
This is a really good timeline, and by good you mean enlightening. Woohoo. More lore! I wanted to hear the rest.
The rest of what? What the hell are you talking about?
I'm talking about that simulated manned mission to Mars. We heard that recording about it.
Any idea what you're talking about?
Oh, bull fucking shit.
Getting old. Memory's not what it used to be.
Uh-huh.
Getting a lot of stuff lately.
Hey, nice try, pal. But you're not getting away with it this time. You remember something, alright? You remember so much you told me it'd take way more than 10 minutes to tell it all.
You really sure you want to know?
Hell yeah.
Maybe I'll tell you, and then you'll regret it. Maybe you'll wish you'd kept your fool mouth shut.
Maybe.
Just think about all the hopes you've got for the future, and all the happy memories of your past.
I mean, I don't have that much. I don't think about the future that much.
What if what I have to tell you makes everything you've ever believed ring hollow, and the whole world just crumbles around you?
Well, that would really suck. But I still want to hear it.
You sure you want that?
Yes. Tell me I'm a robot. Come on! You don't need to threaten me.
This isn't a threat. I'm being honest here. Are you really, truly prepared?
Yes! Probably not, but yes! Of course! I never got the chance to say I am. Because somebody else walked into the goddamn room. What's with that pose? Before I could, Fly exploded into the room, her face a mixture of anxiety and fear. Stop cliffhangering me on this shit! God damn it!
Good. There you are.
What? Did something happen?
Alice is...
What?
Look, just come with me, all right?
Fuck.
She's in the number 2 cabin.
Without waiting for a response, Fi spun around and ran back out of the room. This conversation is not over, Tenmyoji. We exchanged a quick, confused look, and then leapt up and took off after her. God fucking damn it. Fame's just like, oh, you wanna know a thing? You wanna know a secret thing? Oh, nope, we gotta go to a plot. Later on. Oh, You want to talk about the secret thing now? Oh, nope, gotta go to plot. It's like, motherfucker. Again? The first thing I saw when I stepped through the door was the blossom of red on her chest. It felt as if I'd walked straight into a brick wall. I stopped short, my body refusing to move. No. Why did this happen? I forced one shaking foot forward, and then the next. My legs began to buckle, and I put a hand against the wall to steady myself as my heart thundered in my chest. Calm down. Calm the fuck down. This looks pretty bad, but you don't actually know anything yet. Yeah, that's right. Maybe it's not too late. We've seen this exact dialogue before, but it's not going to let me skip it. Maybe we can still save her. Dude, the bracelet's off. Then at last I pressed my fingers to her neck, and those hopes were dashed. No pulse. Clearly, she wasn't breathing either. Her pupils had dilated hideously, making her face seem somehow inhuman. No. No, it's not true. Why? Then I noticed it. All the blood must have distracted me. But now I saw there was a scalpel buried in her chest. Judging by the position of its handle, she had been stabbed through the heart. I felt a sympathetic twinge of pain in my own chest. My stomach lurched. Bile and hopelessness rose up in my throat. I stood, hands balled tightly into a white-knuckled fist, and took a deep breath. Step 1, lie down. Step 2, try not to die. Step 3, die a lot. Yeah. All around the room were the rest of the Nonary Game's participants, except, of course, for Quark. I wanted to ask which one of them had killed her. Even if it had been one of them, though, there was no way they'd answer. All I could do was stare at each one of them in turn, ask myself, is this person a murderer? The looks they traded with one another suggested that I wasn't the only person wondering if they were standing next to a killer. An unsettling silence filled the room. Clover was the first to speak.
Who did this?
I mean, she did it to herself.
Say something. Answer me. Please, Clover, calm down. We don't even know if she was killed.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think she's fucking dead, Luna.
Then what happened? An accident? You think a scalpel just dropped from the ceiling and stabbed her?
Cool it, kid.
You did it, didn't you?
Not only stabbed her, but stabbed her deep enough to go through her heart.
Then who did it?
No.
Who killed her?
This has nuts.
Clover, even if we assume that she was murdered, that doesn't necessarily mean the killer was one of us, does it?
Wait a minute. You went into the AB room with Alice during the last round, didn't you? Something happened in there, didn't it?
He got accused of this last time, too.
Nothing happened.
Don't lie to me! There's no way Alice would just run off like that! She wouldn't leave me!
It's called Radical 6, Clover.
Happened.
Yeah,
If
she got infected.
was going to leave, she'd tell me! She... Hey, Clover. Don't you think just assuming Alice was murdered is jumping the gun a little bit? How can you look at her and say that?
Timelines.
Scalpels don't just stab people all by themselves! Oh, I see. I get it now.
Oh,
We're
boy.
all in on it.
Okay. Alright.
It wasn't just one killer. It was 6! No wonder you're so anxious to say this wasn't a murder.
Clover, please, just settle down.
Fine. Show me some proof then. Prove to me in 10 seconds that you didn't murder my friend, or I'm going to kill every last one of you bastards! You're all going to die just like she did!
Hey! Hold on a minute.
9, 8, 7, Clover, 6, 5, 4, Clover, 3, 2, 1.
Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to commit suicide. Okay, we're getting other timeline knowledge. That's what this is. I was wondering, like, what the fuck is happening with the flashbacks? Now I get it. Suddenly, Clover moved. I leapt forward and clamped my hand around her wrist.
What are you doing?
Stopping you from doing anything stupid. Clover, listen to me. Alice wasn't killed. Nobody murdered her. She took her own life.
What? No.
Oh, I can't believe it's not murder achievement. Okay.
No, there's no way she'd do that.
Because this would have been a lock. It's true. She stabbed herself in the heart with a scalpel.
All right. Where'd she get the scalpel then?
Well...
I did hear someone come into the infirmary right after the AB game ended.
Was that before I showed up?
Yes. I got up to see who it was, but they were already gone. It could have been Alice.
I don't think it's a could have been. I think it was. So she could have taken the scalpel
Yes,
then.
I think so.
You're lying. This is all a lie. It has to be.
It's not. It's the
Then
truth.
why did she do it? Why would Alice kill herself?
She probably didn't have a reason.
What?
She'd been infected with Radical 6. That's what killed
You
her.
just said she killed herself.
Yes.
Just tell me the truth.
Will you fucking let me talk?
Then prove it. Your 10 seconds ran out a long time ago. So if you don't have any proof...
I do. I have proof. There was a journal in the lab, wasn't there, Kay? Show it to me.
Journal?
It would have been in the safe.
Well, Alice would have it then.
Fine. Can you... I don't feel right touching a dead woman's body. Could you take a look?
Sure.
Her hands barely shook as she quickly searched through Alice's clothing. It was only seconds before she stopped, because Alice barely has any clothing. Slowly and carefully, she drew something out. There it was. The journal. Vi turned to hand it to me, but I shook my head. You read it. It's in Latin. I can't make heads or tails of it. She cocked an eyebrow at me and flipped the small book open. When she looked back up at me, it was with both suspicion and surprise.
Yeah, it is Latin.
God damn it, mouse wheel.
But translating this is impossible. It's full of words I've never heard before. I can barely understand any of this.
Page 216.
Huh?
Turn to page 216. Should be able to read that one. Vi's frown deepened, but she did as I'd suggested. I watched her eyes quickly scan the page before looking up at me with renewed suspicion.
Yeah, I can read this page. How did you know?
I just do.
No, wait. How did you even know there was a journal in the lab?
I just knew.
You just knew.
Yep.
Come on.
Look, just fucking read it, okay? Clover wants to hear what it has to say. Right?
Yeah.
Right. Give me a moment to look it over.
After a few moments of whispering to herself in Latin, Vi began to translate, paraphrasing the contents of the journal. Radical 6 reduces the processing speed of the brain by a factor of the root of 1/6. One of the symptoms of Radical 6 infection is an overwhelming urge to commit suicide. Research has shown that it would probably respond to the right sort of antiviral medication, but no one has been able to develop one yet. Nearby towns are filled with the corpses of people who took their own lives. The uninfected have only barely managed to survive and have been sent into underground
Let their future be a bright one.
5 shut the journal with a soft slap. A sickly silence drifted through the room. The newspaper article, the recordings, the conversation with Tin Miyoji, and his journal entry. There was no more hiding from the truth. The pandemic had already happened. All of Clover's rage suddenly dissipated, and she collapsed to the floor, tears pouring down her face. None of us had the heart to say anything, and for several long moments, the only sound in the room was Clover's sobs. Right, Clover just keeps losing people, or thinks she loses people in these games. But I don't think Alice is going to come back like Snake did. Not in this timeline, at least. No.
We've got a problem.
What?
It's almost time for the primary doors to open.
Oh, shit. Yeah, only 10 minutes left.
Sorry, but I'll be taking Alice's bracelet.
I mean, honestly.
Vi and I won't be able to open the secondary door without it.
Yeah.
So she was a magenta pair, just like me.
Just now noticed that, did you?
Oh, fuck off. As he spoke, Dio grabbed the bracelet off the floor and dropped it into his pocket.
What color is your bracelet, Luna?
I'm a cyan pair.
You are part of Clover's pair, then. That means the two of you will need to come with me.
I guess so. Come on now, Clover. We need to go.
That means I get the comatose Quark?
Alice would want you to survive, wouldn't she? You'll never be able to figure out why all this happened if you stay here. Please.
You're right.
Alice, I promise I'll find out what happened to you. I'll figure out who Zero really is. I mean, if you'd never been locked up in here, you never would have... This never would have happened. So it's like Zero killed you. I promise. I'll avenge you.
Clover stood up and rubbed her hands roughly over her eyes, smearing tears across her cheeks. Then with a determined frown, she strode out of the room.
Alright, we're out of time. Move, people.
You guys head on down to the Floor B warehouse. We'll catch up with you later.
Oh, right. Quark's got the yellow bracelet, which makes him your partner, right?
Yeah. Can't exactly leave him behind.
Without him, we'd end up stuck in the AB room. Okay, let's go. We'll see the rest of you once we've picked up Quark.
Very well. Until we meet again.
Alright, well, we're going to go ahead and end this episode of Virtue's Last Reward here. I'm sure some things happened. People probably talked. Maybe we saw the puzzle or learned an exciting revelation or so. I'm not sure. This all happened for me months ago. But hopefully, it was a good episode. At least I had a lot of fun, playing through it. And we'll see you all in the next one. Bye, everyone.